Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know what was happening. I was trying to send it from OBS, and YouTube just was not receiving the feed. Had to restart OBS 3 times. Okay. Pop out. Alright, how we going, guys? Giveaway went. That's a +10 right there, Noah. That's a +10. Little quiet. Hang on. We should be at the right sort of levels that we're normally at. Is this still quiet? Or are we good? Okay, so, goal for today. I just want to see how much progress we can actually make. So, we did most of it in corn red. Still kind of quiet? Okay, 1 sec. I'll push it up a little bit. I'm nervous about going too hard though, because I see this can quite easily. Actually, oh man, I can hear that feeding really loudly back into my earphones there. I might just pull this back a little bit. It's blurry. Oh yeah. I know it's blurry. I haven't fiddled around with the things yet with the camera. But essentially, colors that we'll be using, as always, it'll be the Hershut copper, corn red, Buzzducker. That's a bit louder than normal. That's what I thought. Yeah, hang on. I'll see if I can just... It's very, very touchy. Okay, I think this is... Oh, this right here. Right here. Oh, holy shit, it's so fiddly. I think this is the normal sort of loudness here. It's the normal sort of sound. But yeah, I think this is where we're normally at. Okay, so... I wanted to... Spent like 5 to 6 hours building a Minecraft house just to have to roll back the server for some reason, and half of it was gone. Yeah, Technic, I saw on the Discord activity feed you were fucking around with your mod pack for so much of yesterday. You did a thing today? What did you do today, Rebellion? I think I'm gonna try sponge some highlights onto this. We'll see how that goes. By the way, is the stream feed laggy? Because it's YouTube's telling me that the bitrate's really low for some reason, when settings are exactly the same way they normally should be. Oh, hang on. Is Steam updating anything? Nope, Steam isn't updating anything. I'll exit it though, just to make sure. May or may not have bought another army box. Uh-oh. Had 3 friends on, you're all chilling playing the craft. Nice. It's kind of laggy. Yeah, I don't know why it's pushing out such a low bit rate. 1 sec. I'm going to kill OBS for a second and bring it back. Stream won't end, we'll just lose the feed for a second. So 1 sec. Okay, and now he should be back, although I don't think this has fixed anything. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, for some reason, our bitrate is just unbelievably low today. I have no idea why. Australian internet, let's go! Well, laggy stream today. It is what it is. Not much we can do about it. You bought the Inner Circle Army box. And how much did that cost you? Oh man, that is really painful for me to watch because I'm just seeing in the corner of my screen. I've got like on camera, well, so on OBS I can see what my camera is seeing, which is all nice and smooth and buttery. And then in the corner, I can see the YouTube player is just freaking out. It's like 2 FPS. It's fucked. $250. Yikes. Get a business account for $5 and get priority service over your neighbors. Might have to look into that, yeah. I don't know if that's necessarily a thing that we can do in Australia, but yeah, I will look into that sort of thing. Hey. And can we just speckle this a bit? Don't want it to be too... There we are, that's sort of thing we want. I think this is gonna work out nicely. I'm gonna probably see if I can come back with pink horror for the really bright points of the highlights, just very gently. Because I want to have Wazdaka red for some of the well. Looks like you'll just be listening for today. Yeah, the video is atrocious. I do not know why, but today it has just decided that the footage is not going to be cooperating. Crocodiles chewing on the cables. I hope not. Have to be some determined crocodiles given they're all in ground. Oh, it's actually quite easy to edge highlight with the sponge. Copy ass video. Yeah, it's bad, Sunju. It is not good. I don't know why, but my bitrate is stuck at about 4,500, even though I've got it set to send 12,000. Also, would dry brushing not be easier for that sort of highlighting? Yeah, maybe, but I like the look that the sponging is giving. Ow. Yeah, I like the sort of speckly look that the sponge gives. One sec. I'm just gonna actually quickly check to see if it is an internet issue or just some other weird shit that's happened. No, yeah, okay. One sec. Yes. Let's see. Yeah, this is weird. My internet speed is looking normal. I shouldn't have any issues. Why the fuck is OBS doing this? This is quite annoying. Alright. It's just a cursed stream today. We cannot have nice things, apparently. A weaker man would restart his PC. I'm not restarting my computer. Fuck that. Because I doubt it would fix it anyway. I do definitely think that I need to upgrade my computer at some point, because it's not ancient, it's decent. But I think that the CPU, while it's a good CPU, I think it's getting a bit old. It's been abused. Praise the Emperor, brother. No sir, I do not support the Emperor. This is a Tau stream right here. Praise your reign. Amen. Okay, so, need to... An issue I constantly encounter with doing this sponging is that like, the paint dries in the corner of the sponge, and then it's no longer, like, usable. Like, that part of the sponge is no longer usable. I need to figure out a way to clean that out. Oh, just a tiny bit of water, and then I just wipe it on my wet palette. Seems to work. Yeah, actually, that looks pretty good now. Who wins in a fight, Valoris or Vulcan? No idea who Valoris is. I'm a fake fan, so can't comment. But yeah, I would probably say Vulcan. At Valoris wins. Not biased towards Custodes in the slightest, I see. As Perpetual, he'll come back after death. Valoris isn't a Perpetual, so eventually Vulcan. Yeah, also, didn't Vulcan literally, like, skydive from space without armor? He's not just a Perpetual, he's, like, the most perpetual Perpetual. I have no bias. Only biased people say they have no bias. Least biased custodian fan. Also, Vulcan kills babies. Unarmed babies. Helpless, even. You could say they probably pose zero threat. Trying to figure out pin placements for that Cerastus before you print it. Oh, speaking of printing, yeah, I am making headway on that fucking on that Perithian. I've gotten both the legs and one of the arms printed so far. It's taking quite a while. It's a big model. It is a big model. Like, yep, I'm aware. I'm sorry, Noah. It's upsetting me too. I can see it in the corner of my eye, and it is so painful. I have no idea why, because he should be at normal bitrate. The internet supposedly is not chugging, but yeah, I don't know what's going on. Stop motion painting this stream, true. You know, I just wanted to experiment with some things. This is we're discovering new forms of content. Okay, now some of these panels I was gonna do in was darker red as well. So I'm gonna have to paint them solid, and then we'll come back with the sponge with pink horror to do some more highlights. Welcome, MacMac. This is our laggy stream day. Thinking of making it a weekly occurrence, you know? Just spice things up a little. Holy shit, this was Ducker Red dries quite quickly. It's just clumped on my wet palette. Like, what the fuck? I have not used this paint in a long time, and I remember now why I didn't like it back when I was starting out. Although, now that I'm a little bit better at thinning paints than I used to be, when I was painting my first tower, I actually really like the finish that that Wazducker gives. It does accent the corn red quite nicely. Yeah, I must say, I am actually really enjoying coming back to Painting Tower after so long, because it's making me realize, like, I'm recognizing things that I used to struggle, or that I initially struggled with a lot, that I'm now quite comfortable with. Like, I remember when I was painting my my first stealth suits and my broadside battlesuit, I struggled so much just to keep the brush on the on the panel that I was painting, and I struggled so much to get the Wazducker Red to give a nice smooth finish. So it's really nice. It's really satisfying doing things that are super similar to what I was doing when I started out, and just recognizing what I've gotten better at. Billy's a pro painter now. I'm still like the worst painter here, but sure. You sure the 542, there's dozens worse? Well, also, bear in mind, most of the 542 don't watch the streams. I think most of the 542 are probably people who subscribed to me ages ago when I was doing videos and then just forgot about it. That's generally how that works. And yeah, okay. I fucking love painting Tau. This is what I live for. This brings me joy. Like the panels, the way they're patterned, it's just so nice. It's so satisfying. I want to be careful around the bits where I have the crackle paint because I don't want to accidentally fill in the cracks too much. I want to keep them dark in the recesses. Not going to be perfect, but I want it to be visible enough. When I come back with Nuln Oil as well, that should hopefully bring the cracks back out again. But I still want to keep them as dark as possible. There you're here. Welcome, Commissar. The bitrate for today is completely fucked. So, yeah, it's going to be a stop motion stream for the day because my internet is not cooperating. Camera lagging like hell for you? Yeah, don't worry, it's not just you. Tell them why I stream so lag. Because I am in Australia, Mac. We do not have consistency here. Actually, the consistency we have is that the internet is dog shit. It's varying degrees of dog shit. Sometimes we can get away with having a nice smooth stream. Other times, the world just says no. Thrown to the side by the like the Inari's third book. Yeah, that's a rip. I think the paint might be a little thin here. Well, actually, we might be okay. Yeah, I remember when I started painting, I was convinced that red had terrible pigmentation, and now coming back through and I'm like, man, these paints that I used are awesome. Like, I got really lucky with the paints that I started out with, spoilt by good paint. Red has the best pigments. I don't think it has the best pigments, but I think that at least Corn Red and Wasducker Red cover so well. Like, blue is probably the most consistently well-covering paint. They're too strong of anything. Painting with a brush used for red will have hints of red for eons unless you use brush soap. Oh yeah, for sure. Like, my dry brushes, they stay red for so long. But the red pigments, like the red paints are just so easy to work with because they're so strong. Ooh, that's way too thin. Uh-oh. See if we can fix that. This should be better. Better. We opened up the Inner Circle task force box, and instead of one giant building guide, there's like 4 individual ones for all the parts. Yeah, I noticed that was with the battle forces as well. They have like the individual guides for each model. Help, Imperium Girls is stuck in your head. Is that like a California Girls parody? Is that what that is? On Discord and listen. I will look after the stream. I have a feeling that if it's a YouTube video, yeah, it's gonna. I can see. Okay, that is a good thumbnail. But yeah, I won't be listening to that on stream because it'll count as YouTube content. It'll recognize it. Probably magnetize the lion's head so you can swap it out. But I mean, the old man head is just way cooler than the helmet, no? Like, it's a cool helmet, but the old man head is just better. No, the helmet slaps. You don't have an appreciation for old men. Winged helmet is orgasmic. Man, you guys are... I had faith in you. How can you not understand the glory of an old man? You don't want to paint the skin tones in the face plus the helmet slaps. Okay, fair enough. You know you're a Dilf's guy. You can enjoy your lemon parties. We won't judge. Now hang on. It's a certain brand of old man. I don't want no like wrinkly, crusty, geriatric old man. Like the lion is like the cool old man. Like, whoa. You're doing old man and old man with hood. Nice. Oh shit, I just painted the wrong panel. Whoops. That'll need to be fixed. Charlie likes 56-year-old men with beards and a beer belly. Got it. I don't know what you consider a cool old man, but I don't think I would call a 56-year-old man with a beard and a beer belly necessarily a cool old man. I don't know if I would put that on the same tier as 40k Lion. Good thing you don't have a beer belly. You're safe. In the clear until further analysis is performed. No, it's a supreme. That almost how you realize that when a Space Marine takes their helmet off, they get like 60% stronger. Go head to the Space Wolves. Okay, look, but the Space Wolves are just, I don't know, like, do the Space Wolves frequently win or frequently lose? I don't know how they are treated in the lore. 60% power increase minimum? Exactly, Francois. This guy gets it. Yeah, I would expect that Space Wolves would frequently win in the lore, no? The helmet's dumb as fuck because Azrael has the Lion's Helm. Is it the actual lion helm, or is it just like model? Is it just designed after it? Yeah, it's the actual helmet. I see. Okay. Well, I can get a new sword. He can get a new helmet. Yeah, I mean, he just gets a new one made like the old one. Just ignore the fact that his great grandson is just wearing his shit. Should have just been given his old helmet back. No, but he's a man with a big heart now, Francois. He's not gonna bully that helmet out of his great grandson. He's gonna say, you know what, mate? I respect you, and I also respect all of my sons who are kind of warp corrupted. And I think that you can have that helmet because I'm going to get a new one, and it's going to be better anyway. And also because that helmet, that old helmet, is going to be uncomfortable with the facial hair I have now. I need one that has a little bit more space so that it's not itchy. I think after all the modifications have been made to it to fit a standard Space Marine, don't you think the Lion can even wear it now? Ah, true. Yeah. Or do you think that out of respect for the Lion, they didn't modify it at all, and so it's just really loosely fitting for every Space Marine that wears it? Azrael's always been carried by a watch in the dark because he couldn't wear it. Every time in the middle of a fight, the helmet just like slips over his eyes and he can't see shit. Just falls forward a little bit too far. helmet was carried. Oh, okay. I thought I thought you were just saying that every fight, like a Watcher in the Dark just bails him out. Watches the Dark always funny to you. We need to kill Xenos, kill anything tainted by the warp. Ooh, these funny little men. I like them. They shine my armor. Let's keep them. But I think it was probably more so... didn't the Dark Angels try to get rid of them? And then they were like, oh fuck, we cannot get rid of these guys. Okay, you guys can stay. When are we getting a Watcher in the Dark standalone model? It's worth like 600 points and it's just a little man. A single little man. Weird shit of being a high dimensional being that just kind of showed itself. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, yeah, the Watchers are fucked up enough to make the Changeling shit himself the second he saw one. Unclear if they're anomalous Cell Galaxy weapons or third dimension weapons, which is why one just follows Azrael carrying around the Lion's Helm, which puts out a force field. Right, okay. Regardless, the fact stands that they are funny little men. One model for them alone would be funny. Yeah, you just have a single Watcher in the Dark. That's worth like several hundred points. The models for them a while back, or a long time ago in Metal. Oh, really? Did they have stat lines, or were they just purely like an aesthetic addition. No stats? Yeah, that would make sense. Back food acquired, what miss? Not much. Just talking about the watches in the dark. The funny little men. You know, it's crazy. The lion spends 9,000 years with the watches and non-bats an eye, but Gilliman gets woken up by your friend once and they magically love each other. Look, the lion is a dignified, principled man who has some bros. The watches are they're not interested in that sort of thing. The watches are the lion's ride or die. The lion beds towel. Does the lion have any relation with the Tau, like at all. Because the only Dark Angel's interaction with the Tau that I have heard of is the one where the Tau and the Dark Angels promised to kill, like, rogue elements from each other's, forces. Like, where the Dark Angels were like, hey, we've got these probably Chaos Corrupted Dark Angel, it's probably Chaos Corrupted Dark Angels chapter. Could you kill them for us? And in exchange, we will purge this world that you don't like. Like, that's the only Tau Dark Angels interaction that I know of. Does the Lion even know the Tau exist? Probably not, hey? The Tau, like, the Tau literally just spawned in. Xeno lies. The Dark Angels don't work with the Tau. He is fully indoctrinated. Dark Angels are scumbags, use their own Primaris as brainwashed meat shields. No, but I mean, Bob, to be fair, they're Primaris. They're not real Dark Angels. You see, it's quite fucked up. I'm pretty sure there was one of the Primaris bore witness to some of the firstborn Dark Angels parlaying with the Tau, and he was like, "Yo, what the fuck are you guys doing?" And then one of the firstborn librarians was like, "Yo, let me bless the machine spirit of your flamer." And then the very next fight, his flamer explodes on him. It's in No Dark Angels records. Where did you hear the xenopropaganda at Tau Codex? I'm not sure where it comes. It's from a book. I don't know which book it is. What's the name of the Dark Angels chapter that they were purging? Because they killed almost all of them. Yeah, Rivera's a tech heresy, good for nothing but side shock troops. Whoa. name the source, they'll burn the library. True. Didn't the Blood Ravens have some spicy interaction with the Custodes when they were trying to get Primaris? Because it was like the Custodians had like been going around trying to give Primaris to people for ages, and everyone kept rejecting them. And then they came across the Blood Ravens, and the Blood Ravens were like, "Oh yes, Primaris, we need reinforcements, please. Give us Primaris, thank you." And then the Custodians were like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And they, because the Blood Ravens have a really sketchy record. And then, yeah, was there not an interaction like that or something? Ravens will take them and your car keys. Look, they're just protecting them. Blood Ravens say it's only stealing if you get caught. Look, Blood Ravens are not a Thousand Suns successor. They are a successor for one of the missing Primarchs, and that missing Primarch is Trazyn the Infinite. If you recall correctly, they didn't threaten the Custodians for bad-mouthing. Do you mean that, okay, so I get the translator. Alright, so, did you mean that the Custodians bad-mouthed them and then they threatened them? Is that what we're meant to get from that? Custodians badmouthed them and then they were like, fuck you, just give us the Space Marines. Is that what happened? Because more shit talk than real threats? Right, okay. By the way, quick question about Primaris. Do Primaris have any gene seed relation to the original, like, to the other legions? Or are they, like, completely unique? Like, a Primaris Blood Angel, do they have Blood Angel gene seed at all? Or are they just, like, a completely unique thing, so they don't have, like, the Red Thirst or the Black Rage or anything like that? Use the modified original gene seed. Okay, so they are made to be, so they start as a Blood Angel and then they're modified from there. It's the chapter gene seed. Okay, okay. So when the so then in that Blood Ravens book, when the custodians are like flying around with these Primaris trying to give them to chat to people, and the chapters just keep rejecting them. The Primaris are just kind of left floating around like, what the fuck do we do now? We can't like go and join another chapter. There's one Primaris that has every gene seed, though. He absolutely hates his life. I see. That does seem like something that... that does seem like a fucked up experience. Any chapter that shares gene seed with their gene father would work. Oh, right. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. The Blood Angels Primaris will still fall to the Black Rage. They just take longer to get to that point. Right, okay, okay. I'm not sure what other parts I want to pick out in Wazdaka Red on this part. We'll just move on to the next section. I think this is good to start with. You want GW to come out with a story about loyalist traitor legions coming out of the warp after 10,000 years with no knowledge of the Horus Heresy? I feel like surely they've made mention of that before, right? Like, that seems like a really easy plot line to come up with. Just like, imagine it's Sons of Horus ship. Oh, sorry, not Sons of Horus. Fucking Lunar Wolves ship just shows up. No idea what's going on. Total eargasm right there, Shelley. Why? What noise did I make? Goes badly unless they hide and take on the mantle of a loyalist chapter and repaint their armor. I stretched? Oh, okay. I don't even know what the stretch sounded like. But surely, like, loyalist Lunar Wolves showing up would be awesome. And then they'd just be able to, like, rebuild the Lunar Wolves chapter with, like, from uncorrupted Lunar Wolves gene seed. Technically, they don't exist. Only 9 legions exist. True. Heresy never happened. What heresy? Cole has the traitor gene seeds from before they fell. Oh, okay, wait, he has all of them? Hang on. I like Admech, but I feel like the more I learn about Belisarius Cole, the less I like him. He just seems too convenient to the plot. He has all 20, even the deleted legions? That's so fucking stupid. What? I feel like the only way we can have Belisarius Call be redeemed is if it turns out that he is Vashtor. Too convenient for the plot. He's a MacGuffin that never existed before, created solely as an excuse to sell Primaris Marines. Ah, the greed machine. You can tell Francois hates Primaris. No way. Stopped playing Marines because of Primaris. The introduction was so badly done. Walked away for years. When did they introduce Primaris? Because everyone talking about like it just happened, but it feels like it must have been at least 5 years ago, no? You like the true scale models, you hate Primaris and Primaris lore. Yeah, like the models, like the size of the models are really cool. 8th edition? When was 8th edition? Because we're in 10th now, aren't we? 2016 or a little later? Oh, okay, so it's almost 10 years ago. Wow. Who joined in 10th, you think they look cool, but first one would be cooler if they weren't Squat Marines. Yeah, I think that the firstborn models, if they didn't look like they were put in a hydraulic press and shit their pants, I think that they would be very cool. You've been playing since 1988, so 2016-ish is just happened. Yeah, I guess in the scope of the Warhammer community, it just happened. The Horus Heresy Marines look so cool because the new plastic ones aren't squatted and look very nice. Yeah, they do look really cool. Also, the Horus Heresy armor patterns are so fucking cool. Like with the balls on the shoulders and the beak masks and everything. Holy shit. Coolest Space Marine designs ever. Not even close. Like, I'm not a Space Marines guy, but those armor patterns, ooh-wee. Of course, you think of balls first. Yeah, I think of balls first. I love balls. Mark 3 and Mark 6 for you. I don't know which models correspond to which patterns. I like the beak masks and the ball shoulders. That's all I'm going to say. Mark 3 is the heavy, Mark 6 is the beaky. I see, I see. Think I like Mark 5 heresy pattern? Probably. I like the heresy ones. Mark 5 with the bonding studs, Mark 6 speakies are your favorites. Are the bonding studs the balls on the shoulders? Is that what you mean when you say bonding studs? Oh god, the stream is so laggy. Yeah, the today is just cursed, unfortunately, Noah. It's not fixable. This one just sucks. This stream is just cursed. Giveaway when? That's plus 10 right there, Noah. That's plus 10. think he's avoiding you, Commissar. Gather a tower in Admech. It depends on the Admech. I feel like the Admech could be more exciting. But I mean, the Tau, you're by default in a better living situation. Man, yeah, I don't know what is causing the my internet to be so shit today. Just the curse of Down Under. It's normally pretty good. Been driving yourself mad doing the same bit of Vine for the past 30 minutes. Mate, I mean, those Vines that you do are fucking crazy. So, I'm not surprised it's taking you at least 30 minutes to do it. The big lines on the legs were literally the easiest. You want to die? Yeah, I can imagine that as they get smaller, it gets more and more frustrating. After this, you've literally only got the shoulder pads left to do, though. So you're getting close, at least. Well, I'm surprised at how much Wasduck Red I've used over the past couple of years. Thought I hadn't used much of it. Although I might have just wasted a lot of it when I was painting early on. Did I restart your camera? It's not the camera, Noah. I can tell you that much. It is definitely my internet. Because my local camera feed is buttery smooth. It's just sending it from my computer to YouTube that's where it's failing. Restart my router. I do not think that is going to be particularly useful. Why was I so mean yesterday? I didn't mean it. It just came out. I didn't mean it. It was an accident. I'm sorry. It just happened. What happened yesterday? Oh, I accidentally bullied Noah for not having minis. Still said it and you felt it. It was quite funny though. No, it wasn't. It was funny to me. Was it because you were asking me to play chess, weren't you? You were telling me to 1v1 you in chess, and I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't need to play chess because I've got minis to paint. L bully. I think that was a W bully moment. First part is I haven't said sorry yet. I literally apologized just before. I just still think it was funny. Didn't hear it? You didn't hear the part where it's like, I'm sorry, it just slipped out. You didn't hear that part? W bully is wild. It is, and that's why it's so funny. G'day, fellas. Hello, Draconus Noctis. My internet is cursed today, so we are stuck in low FPS purgatory. Also, you're up early today, or are you up late? Camera's a bit choppy. Yeah, my internet is cursed for some reason. The OBS is sending very, very low bit rate. Becca Shelley's a bully. Oh, so you a tattletale, are you, Noah? Gonna try to turn public opinion against me, huh? Is that what's going on? Trust me, I know. This man speaks from experience. Also, how do you italicize things in YouTube chat? What? Apology you for having no minis to paint. I mean, you fully set yourself up for that one. I couldn't not. Yeah, honestly, with the way my internet is looking, I might not stream for too long today. I was hoping it would fix itself over time, but we've been going 2 hours and 10 minutes now, and it has not improved in the slightest. So I reckon I'll just do my, like all the Wasducker red panels. And then I might call it, but we'll probably still be here for a little while yet at least. But yeah, I was really hoping that as we went, my internet would improve, but it is just not. You believe you for not having minis, bullying back for spending so much money on them? Oi. Hey now. I can't defend myself against that. That's fucked up. I might have them painted eventually, you don't know. You haven't paid thousands of dollars on minis unlike me. Hey, that's neither here nor there. I will have minis painted eventually. Hang on. I was about to do something and then I completely forgot what it was. Painting your own models, not even watching the stream? Or watching, not even watching the screen? Right, okay, yeah. Well, we'll see how we go anyway. Still in the box begging for paint? They are, that is true. As you question, you're up both early and late. You didn't want to get up earlier than usual, but also couldn't sleep because brain would not stop going. So what you're saying is you have not gone to sleep. So it is currently 1:30 p.m. and you did not sleep last night. You got like 3 or 4 hours of sleep. Oh, okay, it's not too bad. Maybe only 2. Okay, that's pretty bad. But I mean, if you were lying in bed, then at least you'd be somewhat rested, no? Just eyes shut. Did you drink coffee or tea late at night, perhaps? It's 10:30 p.m. Believe it or not, Noah, time zones are a thing. Sideways, don't know if this will work. Oh, are you trying to italicize your text there, or? They just have a giveaway, so you don't need to feel ashamed about my minis. It's a tax write-off. I don't make enough from this to get tax write-offs. Also, that's plus 10, Noah. Actually, no tea for once. Your brain just wouldn't stop going. Might have just been a bad night. Might have been anticipation for today because it's your friend's birthday. Oh, okay, okay. Thank you, tax write-off in general. That's not quite how tax write-offs work. Generally, when you're getting something tax deducted, it needs to be relevant to your source of income. That's usually how tax write-offs work. I can't just go, I bought some bread, I ate it, that's a tax write-off. I bought some milk, bought some eggs, write that off as tax. You know, bought a 3D printer, write that off on tax. You place the minus infinite days into the pile. Now the giveaway is tomorrow. Oh, but you did just mention the giveaway, so that means that it's now 11 days away, no? Yeah, that's fine, mate. What's fine? Why are you talking about taxes? Don't want to think about doing your taxes. Is it not pay as you go over in the US? The way it's done in Australia by default is pay as you go, so you don't really need to worry about doing your taxes. They're just automatically done for you, and then at the end of the year you get a tax return. You just get any money that was taken back, like any excess money that was taken, you just get it back. And write off the printer since I'm using it for my business. No, but the thing is, this isn't a business at this point. You keep a tally on the screen. 11 days until what, Noah? Your field trip? -5? What are you talking about? Days you earn in the US. And so it's once a year, but ridiculous primitive stupid system. So how does it work then doing taxes in the US? So you can do pay as you go, but the default is annual. Like, because basically the way pay as you go works is it'll be like, okay, if you make X amount of money this week, and then they average that out so that if you made that same amount of money every week for a year, they would guess that you'd make this much a year, and then they deduct this much from that week's pay, assuming that is every week's pay. And then you get to the end of the year, and then you make a tax return, which essentially they figure out how much they need to give you back, because they will have inevitably taken a little bit more than they should have, and then they'll give you back everything excess. Just because I haven't yet been profitable doesn't mean I'm not a monetized business. But I feel like I would still need to make enough from this business to reach my tax income threshold, no? Or to reach the taxable threshold. Even if it's not profit, it would need to be, like, even if it's not net profit, it would still need to be gross profit, no? Reach the point of not caring with this bit of vine, you'll tear the galaxy apart if you keep trying to fix it. It is what it is. What's the tax allowance like in Australia? I'm not sure off the top of my head. I know that when I was learning about it in high school maths, back then the minimum taxable income, well, the minimum tax income bracket, like, was $19,800 a year was when you start getting taxed. And at that point, I don't remember how much you got taxed for. Like you'd get taxed on any profit beyond that, but I don't remember how much you would get taxed from it. Yeah, I haven't looked at it in a while. I just trust that my employer is deducting my tax properly. Seeing as my employer is my family. Does Australia do ISA accounts? What does ISA stand for? You're not familiar with Aussie tax code, but generally countries try to encourage you to start a business, and most businesses don't see profits for their first several years. Oh yeah, no, but like even if like when you're talking about profits, you're talking about net profit, but you would still see cash flow. And so I'd imagine that you would only be able to do tax write-offs once you start having cash flow from your business, no? Just checking you get taxed at all unless you hit 18,201 a year. Shit, they lowered the fucking... Oh, they... Minimum tax threshold is lower than when I learnt about it in high school. What the fuck? This is with inflation. Our money is worth less, and also we're getting taxed from a lower threshold. See you guys until years over. Alright, individual savings account, basically savings accounts to gain interest, invest in something, any profit made isn't subject to capital gains tax. I am not sure. I cannot speak to that. I'm not familiar with them. the UK, you can invest up to 20k a year into an account. If the account doubles in value, you don't pay any tax on the money made. Right. Well, because like there are term deposits that you can, like, banks allow you to make term deposits, which is basically just you put your money in an account with an interest rate fixed at the time of deposit, and then you just leave that money there, and as long as you don't touch it for the set period of time, you'll get generally a better interest rate than if it was just sitting in a regular account. I don't know if the money you get out of a term deposit account is taxable or not. Right, so I made $20 last night and spend $300 on a printer. $300 you've already been taxed on, so you can't write off the $20 as it applies towards the $300, so you don't get taxed on it. I did not understand any of that, but okay. Long story short, the money, and I can only write off money that has been earned. Like, I can only write off money up to the value of basically, I need to have earned a certain amount of money from said venture in order to tax deduct things. It's called a CD account. Yes, you pay gains interest on bank interest. Right, yeah, okay, in which case, yeah, I don't know if it's, if the Australian term deposit, like if term deposit accounts in Australia work the same way as ISAs in the UK or not, but yeah. Or if there is an equivalent to an ISA. But at least nothing that I am immediately aware of. I want to pay tax on last night's super chats a couple of nights ago, but no. Only take tax advice from your accountant. You think I have an accountant? I've got a mum and a dad. They are my accountants. I shall consult them. The two tax brackets most Aussies care about are the 18,200 to 45,000, which is 16 cents for each dollar over 18k, and 45 to 135 is 42.88 plus 30 cents for each dollar over 48k. No idea if the amounts are different from the high school days. Yeah, all I remember is that the minimum threshold in high school started at 19,800, and I think it was around 16, or maybe it was higher cent per dollar over the threshold. So maybe the rate has gone down, but the rate has gone down, but so has the threshold. I call my channel a business, I can write off those super chats by claiming my business expenses, that being the printer's value. Right, yep, okay, so I can only write off income made. Yeah, I can only write off income made through said business, and I can only write off business expenses related to said business. The thing is, I haven't actually made any money yet, because YouTube doesn't pay out until you hit $100. So, in the event that we ever get there, at that point we will cross this bridge. But I mean, I'm just happy to paint Warhammer and be a silly guy in the basement. I do want to make YouTube shorts though. I feel like that would help a little bit with the channel's growth just because like shorts just hit the algorithm constantly. I just need to take some time and work on it. Or you can just commit tax evasion. Yo, I'm not gonna say that my family has been complicit in tax evasion, but say there are certain things that can be done when your business or when your family owns a business and kids start working there, but they're not making enough to get taxed yet. I can't remember seeing 18 or 19 cents for each dollar in the first bracket back in high school, but it could be fabricating a memory. No, yeah, I also felt like 18 or 19 cents per dollar was what it was around. 20 pence per pound in the UK past 12.5k. Wow, okay, yeah, that's quite high. Or actually, 12.5k pounds would be like probably close to 25k Australian, no? So probably similar. It's not too bad, honestly. Wait to collect from YouTube until it's enough to equal my printer. If I dump every YouTube shekel I make back onto my content, I won't have to pay tax for a long time on YouTube shekels. I see. Well, we're waiting until 24.8k Aussie money. Okay, so I was pretty close. Well, this isn't relevant until we start making YouTube shekels. But it's good to keep in mind. It was 19 cents per dollar until this year. I see, I see. I'd have to be making more money from the channel than I can spend on the channel before I'd have to pay tax on it. Yeah. And 18,201 has been tax bracket the whole life. Okay, never mind. I guess I'm just stupid. I don't know where I was getting 19,800 from. You have cottage industry in Australia? I have no idea what that is. Moral of the story is taxes suck. I don't know. Taxes are fine. Mainly because I've got, like, I've got pay as you go, so I don't need to worry about that shit for the most part. Just sorts itself out. Cottage industry is a small business run from home making under 16K per year in the US. It's non-taxable income. Well, I mean, like in Australia, the minimum tax threshold is 18 to. Oh, so you mean like if you were doing that as a side hustle, it wouldn't be taxable, even if your total income was over the tax threshold. Yeah, I'm not sure if that is a thing here. Wouldn't you just be able to exploit the system by having multiple low earning side hustles? Make 200K at your normal job, but you can still sell 16K worth of beef jerky from your driveway. Never pay tax on that 16K. How advanced can you make your home before it no longer counts as a cottage industry? Like, what if you have like you convert your home into a factory where you're producing like beef jerky, you're 3D printing things, you're like doing like you're washing people's dogs. At what point do these stop being separate cottage industries? Tilly discovering money laundering? Hell yeah, brother. It's all one cottage, it's all one industry. Oh, I see. Okay, it's per household. Keep in mind, different countries have different rules for how you get taxed. Oh, of course, yeah. You have employees outside of family, that's what stops being a cottage industry? Right. And Australia does have cottage industry laws. Oh, okay, cool. Good to know. I don't know if it will ever become relevant to me, but it is good to know. That you're hearing isn't identify everyone that isn't family and abduct/hire as extended family. No, but the issue is that it's not operating out of a that's not operating out of a house that has we have a premises. So that would not be a cottage industry at that point. Build the homes in the miter. That's fucked up. Child labor laws also don't apply to family members. Oh, don't worry, I'm aware of that. I started working at the family business like a year and a half earlier than people are meant to. Moving to Australia to take my job. I mean, I won't say no. We've got a staff member leaving in the next couple of weeks. There is an opening. You'll marry my brother to get into the family business. Unfortunately for you, my brother lives out of state, so you'll have to marry me instead. Yeah, my brother escaped from the family business. Really knew he has a sister, right? I got both. Lives with his sister. That part is true. The convenience store or something? A hardware store. That's who bought the second tower box when it was limited to one. No comment. You got 3 of each. Are you talking about siblings? You got 3 brothers and 3 sisters? Holy fuck. Feel that I'm the middle sibling. I've got that kind of vibe going on. Mate, I am the youngest of 3. What kind of vibe is middle sibling vibe? Because the middle sibling in my family is my sister, and she's a nervous wreck a lot of the time. So I'm not sure if that's like standard middle sibling vibe or not. One sister and 2 brothers for you. You're the oldest. Chaos. Yeah, thankfully, my family, like, only 3 siblings. So, well, only, like, 3 kids in my family, and so it wasn't too crazy. But yeah, my brother and my sister, when we were kids, were constantly at each other's throats. Think you're the oldest sibling? I cannot comment, Noah, but I would say that you are one of the younger ones. If there were 3 kids, I would expect you to be the youngest, but that's just because you're probably the youngest person in the chat here. So I don't really have a point of reference. At least in this family, you are the youngest. There's 7 of you? That's fucking crazy, Sunju. That would be pandemonium. Mum was one of 9 and your gran one of 11. That's fucked up. About a 10.5 year gap, or 10 plus year gap between you and your younger brothers. Your sister's a 1.5 years younger than you. Yeah, no, for me it's like so I'm the youngest, my brother's the oldest, and there's 5 years between us. So we're all pretty close together. My brother is the same age as you. Yeah, my brother is 1995. Yeah, quite fucked up when I I was talking to my parents the other day, and they're like, "Oh yeah, because you know it's your brother's 30th birthday this year," and I was like, "What the fuck? What? No." Yeah, you'll be 31 come April. Oh wow, yeah. It's crazy because it's like, I don't know. In my mind, my brother is like mid-20s, and then I'm like, wait, no, I'm mid-20s. He's 30. It's like, what the fuck has happened? Where has my life gone? Also, Sanji, don't you have a missus? How are you going to get into his family? Look, really, Rebellion, maybe she's really understanding. Maybe she's open-minded. any of y'all in Auspex Tactics giveaways. I'm not, but if you'd like, Noah, I could get everybody I know to join the giveaway just to make it a little bit more competitive. No, unless they give you the minis when they want. No, I'd have them just funnel them to me. You know, I need more minis. I'm running out, you see. Shelly's waving, he's 26. 25 this year, but she's already a hag too old to make him. Holy moly. Jesus Christ. I mean, you would take hag as a compliment, but she's gay anyway, so it doesn't matter. Has no intention of starting a family. But she would take hag as a compliment. Would probably prefer bog witch, but giving away a knight army. Holy shit, I'm going in. I'm going in. Entering that giveaway for show. Yeah, just when you had to ask if she was single. Yeah. She is single. She is not ready to mingle. But also, she's a ranger, so that's a pretty big drawback. Like, instant minus 20 points. Like, before you even reach the starting line, it's already set back. Everybody enter Operation Reduce Noah's Chances. Alright, I'm doing it right now. Let's enter this Auspex Tactics giveaway. Alright, what have we got? Open. Yeah. Force tactic. All right. Where are we? If we go into details here. Yo, where do I join? Where do I join his giveaway? I need guidance. Where are we? I found what's next for Auspex Tactics in 2025, channel updates and giveaways. That's a video. Let's see. Giveaway. So February, it's gonna be support on social media. I mean, look, okay, you have to join his Patreon. Nah, it's too much. It's too difficult for me. Fuck that, nah. Enter on Facebook. Ah, fuck that. Can't be bothered. You don't have to enter Patreon as for auto entry. I see. Well, I can't be bothered to go for the I can't be bothered to go to the Facebook page. Too much effort to clown on Noah. Although it's 4 nights. Yeah, so it was several Questoris and a Lancer. 4 big knights, but you can swap a big knight for 4 armigers. Also, I never explained what a ranger was. Oh, a redhead, an orangutan. Oh, an orangutan, a ranger. That's some Australian lingo for you. Yeah, here in Australia, we discriminate against rangers. I feel like if you watched Big Les, you probably would have heard the term ranger before. Redheads are great, but not mentally stable. Well, this one's definitely not mentally stable. Can't let her hear me say that, though. I should probably be careful because she does sometimes watch my streams. Don't want to get caught out. That'd be fucked up. Why redheads are great? Because they're different, and in Australia we love to discriminate. Because they're usually really pale. And everyone in Australia is sunburnt or pasty. Well, is sunburnt or tanned. But I say this, I'm also very pale. But also, just because it's fun to make fun of redheads. You call them, like, ranger is just such a fun slur. Never met a mentally stable one. Still, made the decision of dating one was a fun challenge, but it was a fun day. But only, it was a fun day when you found out that not only was it out of her, but she was unsure of the shape of the Earth too. Oh, that's awesome. Quiet Rebellion. We're trying to keep a low profile here. Ever use a third arm? Hey Tiki, how you going, mate? How you been? Sorry, by the way, about the choppiness of the footage. My internet has been shitting itself today, so this is mostly an audio-only stream because, yeah, for some reason my internet shits itself like this. Audio is fine, but the video just goes to shit. You've been busy with work, Miss Painting. Yeah, I noticed you haven't had time to stream lately. But yeah, it'd be, yeah, hope you get some time to get back into it. Because it is, when you take a break, or at least I've found that when I take a break from painting, it's really hard to get the drive to get back into it, even when I've got the time. Like, it's just when I break that habit, it's so hard to get back into it. I'll be like, I really want to paint, but then I'll just sit there and just not. Having a stream is good motivation. It is. It definitely is. Oh yeah, by the way, Tiki, while you're away, we started up a Discord server with this community here, where and, like, people share their minis and stuff. So if you're interested, yeah, we do have a community where people share their painting stuff. And yeah, since starting the Discord, I've become painfully aware that most of the people in the stream are better painters than me. Like, people share their minis, and I'm like, holy shit, that could not be me. It's just motivation for all. Yeah, it's really cool to see how people do things. Like, Rebellion, those knight panels, those armor panels you did with the, was it medical gauze or something like that? Before spraying, that looks so cool. Like, that is something that I definitely want to give a try at some point. Because you're not painting a night for about a year. you need a break. You need to calm down. You can also use dried out wet wipes for that. Right, yeah. Might be easier. I know that got like in the cutlery drawer a collection of KFC wet wipes that we haven't used. Stretch it out and tie it around the panel, airbrush lighter colors or white to get the marbling. Right, okay, yeah. Seems like a very fun thing to do. Get it done with black and white for a really cool quick marbling effect. Would you, if you're doing it with black and white, so you just base coat black and then tie it around and go white over the top? You somehow win the Auspex giveaway. No, I was gonna be so pissed. That would be fucked up. That would be so funny. I would not let him hear the end of it. I would taunt him on stream for the rest of his days. You guys used blue white over Western Bold Titanium, white for the light source area. I see. And what was your base color that you used? Or was it base color blue and then white over most, and then titanium white for the light source? Is that what you meant? Base color was what the rest of the armor panel was. Blue white was just for the first layer of the marble. Okay, okay. And yeah, I don't know why I didn't used to like Wazdaka Red. It's actually such a nice red to use. I don't know what my issue with it was. Oh, my issue was probably just trying to get it smooth. I struggled with that a bit. Because I think the brush strokes show quite easily with the Wazdaka. Yeah, that's what I was struggling with. I feel like it's not that bad though. A little bit of water on the brush, it's quite easy to clean that up. As you paint the line, modern dark green angels are more of the black color scheme. I mean, the black color scheme is really cool, but I do really like the very dark sort of metallic green. I think that's really neat. Like the almost black. Like, that for me is very, very cool. You like the almost black with hints of green? Yeah, that's so cool for me. Like the Dark Angels that I did, the Infernus Marines, were way too green. Like if I ever go back to doing more Dark Angels, I want to try to push them more to just the incredibly dark green bordering on black. Where the green is almost just like, where it's sort of like black armor, and then the light reflections suggest that it's actually green. a green candy coat over a black base. Yeah. That is very cool. Okay, we've almost finished all of our base coats. I started off doing the volumetric highlights with the sponge on the legs, but then I was like, man, I'm gonna need to base coat this all in Wazdaka Red anyway, so I may as well do that and then come back with our highlights. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Yeah, just about there. Looking awesome. Thank you, Joyous. Sorry about the stream quality. My internet is absolutely shitting itself today. So, yeah, we're pretty much mostly audio only. Because, yeah, the frame rate is just absolutely atrocious today. But, yeah, most of today has just been blotting out a lot of the color variation in the different panels. And then, yeah, next time we work on this guy, we'll do our shading and our battle damage and that sort of thing. Actually, we'll do our shading and our metallics. Battle damage will be the last sort of thing we do. Totally understand you have the same issues on your stream. Yeah, I don't know why, but today OBS has just decided that it is only sending like 2,000 to 4,000 kilobytes or kilobits, whatever. Basically, the bitrate is unbelievably slow. Yeah, it's normally fine, just today it is fucked up. Hello, 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 Caveman Ollie. How you going, mate? Oh, Caveman RP right now because you're hobbying? Yeah, no worries, mate. I was never depending on the Caveman RP. It was entertaining enough, but you do you, mate. Hello, F15. Yeah, unfortunately, I think you guys have arrived just at the tail end of this one. I'm probably going to end the stream with this. I've established all the colors that I wanted to establish today. And the stream quality has been pretty dog shit. I was really hoping that our internet would recover at some point during the stream. But yeah, it's 3 hours and 40 minutes now of like 5 FPS, if that. It hasn't really documented what we've been doing that well. But yeah, I'll show you what we've done today very slowly because the camera isn't all that useful. But basically when we started today, everything was just in our base corn red, the darker red. But I'll give you a follow and try to make the next one. Oh yeah, thanks, thanks Joyous. No worries. But yeah, we started today with the just the corn red, and so we initially were sponging the Wasducker red for our volumetric highlights. And while we will go back through and finish doing that, I realized that I was going to do a lot of the panels in Wasducker red as well. And so we're going to sponge Wasducker red highlights over the whole thing. And then we're going to come back through with Pink Horror to sponge just some of the lighter highlights as well. And that way we'll be able to see the highlights on the lighter red panels too. So yeah, we did all the legs with the alternate panels. And then did the alternate colored panels on the arms as well. I think is turning out quite nicely. Dang, sexy Tau legs. Yeah, I haven't painted Tau since I started painting, so it's really nice to be going back to my roots. I remember why I love painting Tau now. The panels are just all so nice. But yeah, I think overall it's coming out pretty well. Yeah, still a lot of work to be done. I gotta build the guy so we see the full picture. Oh yeah. No worries. The arms don't really like to stick on. So I might just need to clasp him together. Oh, hang on. Oh, if I get my little finger underneath. Still be going, you've been out for an hour. We're wrapping up now, John, but this is gonna be one of our shorter streams, honestly. Okay. So it's, oh shit, bumped my camera. Need to add a little. Yeah, that's what we're gonna be finishing the day with. So yeah, not too bad. I think it'll turn out quite nice. And once we start like introducing our metallics and Corvus black for the undersuit sections, and then the white on the faceplate, I think it'll be pretty good. But yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna call it for the day here anyway. Sorry again about the dog shit stream quality today. No idea why it's been so bad. But, yeah, I'm gonna call it here. I'll look at my schedule for the week, or look at my roster for the week, and I'll put out a schedule on the community post and in the Discord, so that we can see what we'll be doing next week. I imagine it'll probably be similar to what we had this week, so 3 to 4 streams. But yeah, anyway, thanks for hopping by, guys, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.